Hi friends, today we are going to see a demo on another custom skill. So let me first switch my current directory to my repository. So now I can see that it's asking me to yes. Let me bypass the safeguard. Okay, so let's go ahead and start seeing the custom skill on security scanner. So let me just Snowflake security scanner. So this is a custom skill which is developed by me. The whole idea of doing this is like, say example, it will help the admin team or maybe the entire company to understand their security posture of their Snowflake account. So let me just type this and then we can talk further. Scan my Snowflake account for all security issues. So you can see now the skill has been executed and it is scanning my Snowflake account for all the security related issues. So like any other my custom skill, this skill will also go ahead and scan the entire Snowflake account, and then it will go ahead and give me the three standard HTML report. One is the assessment of the security, second is the recommendation. So assessment will not have the recommendation, recommendation will only have the recommendation, and then the compliance report, which is basically your CXO level, leadership level summary report, which states where you currently stands and what is your priorities to fix all the issues. So you can see that all the SQL statement are getting executed, some are getting failed, but not to worry, all those SQL statements which are failing will get fixed automatically. Auto healing will happen to those SQL, and the corrected or modified SQL statement will get executed again. Unless until that SQL is fixed, Cortex will make sure that the SQL is being refixed, and this loop will go on unless this is closed. So now you can see that all the SQL which was having issue has been fixed, and now the SQL statement is being executed, and you can see that all the SQL has been executed and the reports are being captured one by one. So you can see that my skill has been divided into domain. So there are multiple domain under which there will be multiple SQL queries which will run and assess your security posture. So there will be multiple domain in this skills, and it will scan your account through various angles of security. It will also execute the security test center skill, which will again look into your Snowflake account. Right, so it will execute a couple of scanners from the security test center to make it a holistic security posture assessment skill. So you can see that it is being executed, and when all the required information is there, it will start generating the HTML report. So it will take couple of time. You can see at the moment we are on domain 9. I think there is almost 12 domain under which it will execute multiple SQL statement and then start generating the assessment and other stuff. So let's see, it will take some time, so let's wait for some time till it is getting executed. One more thing I wanted to highlight on this skill is, like my other custom skill, I always make sure the skill are not autonomous, that it get executed on its own. So what do I mean about with this is, like, say I don't want my skill to go ahead and fix also the recommendation, because you don't know, this recommendation are given by AI. Sometime it might suits you, sometime it might not suits you, sometime it might be not actually what it is telling as a recommendation. That might not be an issue for you. So I don't want anybody to, or any skill to go ahead and execute everything and then create another security issue for your organization. So what I did is, I will give you the assessment and then I will give you the recommendation, but there will be human in loop. So basically human has to copy those recommendation and execute it manually at the moment. But having said that, once this skill is matured enough, we can do a small tweaking on the skill to bypass that kind of a security guardrail which is blocking them to execute all the recommendation, and then this skill will be autonomous. So it's not like that this skill will never be autonomous. We can do that based on the maturity of organization to organization. So once we are reaching to that state, I will make this skill an autonomous, and then we can just execute and sit back, or maybe we can schedule it and execute on the desired schedule to get that executed. So I think we are on last domain where we are getting executed all the things. So hopefully we'll see in couple of minutes about the reports are getting generated out of this. Meanwhile we are seeing that state. Let me quickly go and see all the execution, just to see what all things are getting executed, what kind of category we are doing on this skill. So you can see that the moment we have started executing, first is looking for the folder structure which is the mention on that skill, that they need to go and generate the report into that. And apart from that, it start looking into a particular domain. Domain 1 talks about the critical user security, domain 2 talks about the inactive stale account. So multiple queries are getting executed, and then you can see under domain there are subdomain queries which is like talking about other individual complexity wise SQL statement. So you can see domain 1.1, 1.2, 2.1, 2.2. Likewise, there are multiple queries. It's taking all the scan of entire Snowflake account. And one more thing is, like, security is an ongoing exercise. Like, it's not like I created a skill and then this skill will remain true. So example, another 6 months, right? So security is evolving very fast in Snowflake. So this skill needs to be also evolved or modified based on the new invention or release from the Snowflake side. So this is the initial version of custom skill, but I will try to modify this skill from time to time to keep this up to date. So you can see that this is getting executed. Let me just go down and see if the reports has already started. So you can see over here as well, like, see example, trust center view are not available. So why this is telling this? Because I have not enabled the trust center scanner packages in my current Snowflake account. If I have done that, then it will start executing the trust center. For now, it will not execute anything. So having said that, we can see that the very first report is getting created. The report name is report security assessment today's date.html. So let me quickly go back and security scanner reports. Okay, let me just, so I can see that there is only one report. These 3 reports are from yesterday. So let me just delete this to remove any reduce any confusion. So we can see that the report security assessment has been created. I think it's already updated or saved. Now updating the skill file with correct. Okay, so now you can see that the it has generated the very first assessment report. But now whatever issue they have identified in the skill queries or whatever has been identified and fixed during the execution, now it is also going back and updating the skill file. So make sure that next time when it is running, it's not falling into the same issue, right? So now it is updating the skill and then it will move to the phase 2. Meanwhile, it is running the phase 2 and phase 3. Let's go ahead and scan through this Snowflake security assessment. So this is my Snowflake trial account, which is almost blank. So you will not see much detail around here, but if you run this skill in your matured Snowflake account, you will see lots of detail or insight from this report. So at the moment, because it is a Snowflake trial account, there is nothing as critical. 3 is high, 4 is medium, 1 is low, 12 domain scan. You can see it is run on my Snowflake account. This is my user with account admin, and again, yes, for running this security, I would recommend to use account admin role for a particular user from which you are connecting, so that it's not failing on any privilege level. You can see that the date has been expanded and phase 1 lifetime, so it's take around 4 minutes. So let's scroll a bit more. You can see domain 1 critical user security related bucket, and the user without password authenticator but no MFA, so there is no user, so it's green. right? So all the things which is green is basically it is passed. Domain 2 also we are good. Failed authentication analysis, you can see that multiple failed login attempt detected, primarily OAuth. So this is happened because initially when I was trying to access this with different OAuth authentication, I was facing some challenges, and because of that it was tracked in the login history, and this is what it is highlighting at the moment. So you can see that I tried multiple things. Sometime I put the wrong code, so because of that everything was tracked, and now it is mentioning that this is a high. So if, say example, this is the genuine case which I know, but in case like if you feel like this user is not known to you, or something suspicious there, you can always go ahead and disable these things. So this is the recommendation part which we will see on the recommendation report. But meanwhile, let's go bottom. Let's see what all things, domain 4 authentication method assessment and all those things. So we are good here. These are different authentication thing. MFA coverage, we can see that we are 100% coverage because there is only one user. Human without user without SSO, medium. So there is one user with without SSO, because I don't have, this is my trial account, this is not my corporate account. I don't have any SSO set enabled on this Snowflake account, and that's it's highlighting. But for me it's not eligible. I am not eligible for this, so I'm okay with that if this is not there, so I'm okay. So this is like, you have to see data exploration risk assessment, right? So you can see that these are the thing which you need to do to make sure your data are not getting exported outside of your Snowflake account. So these are the thing which validation has failed. But if we see the recommendation, we'll see that how to fix those things, and then this will be clear. So likewise, I don't want to go ahead and explain each and everything, but you can see at different level, like private link assessment, network session, password policy, you can see every sort of bucket has been tracked in this security assessment. You can see skipped because the package was not enabled. So if we next time if we want to run, we can enable the scanner package and we will see all the details around there, right? So it can see all the details over here, and towards the end you can see all the query which was failed under specific domain, what was the issue and how this is resolved. So this also give you the fix on your skill level as well. So let's go back and see if report has been generated. So now you can see that the phase 1 is completed, now phase 2 is also completed, and phase 3 is also, I think, complete. Let's go back. So you can see the recommendation. Let me open that. So on the recommendation, again there is a high level information about the account, where it run, how much time gonna take, remediation priority matrix. This is the high level summary which talks about which falls in the priority 1, 2, 3 based on the complexity and the severity of the security, and what is the SLA based on the standard best practice. This SLA can always change based on your organization, right? So now you can see that for all the priority wise issue which we have identified, these are the fixes which you need to take care. So example, for the data exfiltration, you can see how to fix those things. Likewise, you will find all kind of information related to recommendation on fixing of all each and every issue which we have seen on the assessment, because this report is generated based on the assessment report. So whatever is identified as an issue in the assessment, all the things will taken care based on the priority wise to fix, and this has given you the code to fix that. But just wanted to highlight these recommendation is generated using AI. So make sure that you validate the SQL statement given over here before executing them, just to be on safer side. It's AI, it can make mistake, right? So you can see I'm not going on a detail on the recommendation, but you can see once you do all these things, I think all the assessment highlighted issues will get fixed and taken care of. So let's go ahead and open the compliance dashboard. You can see that this is my current state, because it is Snowflake account, there's nothing complex here. You can see I am already at 65%. These are the issue identified, and once we take care of all these issues, once all this 4 bucket becomes 0, 0, 0, you will see this graph or scoring will change to 100%. Now it's a very high level categorization of all the issues identified and all the things which is still at the moment good, and this will give a very high level understanding to your CXO level or leadership level. So this is not for a developer, this is for the leadership. So now as you have seen, this skill is very useful if you don't want to go ahead and do the security posture understanding of your current Snowflake account. Keep this Snowflake custom skill running on a schedule, and get the scheduled report on your email. You can always extend this custom skill to send the mail, which will hardly take 5 minutes to you to modify the skill. And then once that is done, you will sit back and relax, and your HTML report will come into a report. You don't even have to come and see over here. So having said that, thank you, and we'll meet you in another custom skill. Bye bye.